This is all true. Oh shoot, I need to go into. Okay, there we go. All right, we're ready, and let's do that. Okay, we're ready. Here goes. Volume set. Okay. Starting it off, we begin in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to There Will Be Dungeons, a D&D show where we play D&D, 5th edition even. And we're very excited to be back. I'm Scott Johnson with Bo Schwartz, John Jagger, Kristen Ashton, and of course Kyle Ferguson. And even Baby Ferg is with us, Little Flynn. And we're here ready to do another edition of There Will Be Dungeons. And before we jump in too fast or get too excited, I want to remind you that you can support this show by heading over to our website at therewillbedungeons.com and clicking on the support link. More on that later in terms of what you can get. But if you're just chomping at the bit, ready to go, go there now. You can even listen to the show while you do it. That's over at therewillbedungeons.com, and we thank you if you already have. All right. We're going to dive right in this week. We can't start until we give the microphone to Kristen, who will catch us up on where we were last on There Will Be Dungeons.
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, they crept down the corridor to a clearance crawling with canisters containing corrupted corpses. Labels leaked lore of lizard folk. 2 tall tanks at the tail end of the turf took their trouble. The first featured a fearful form of a feathered figure. The second, a secret souring Varel's second. Signs that spelled Grosjean. Varel's eye entreated him to eliminate the exposed entity. Cowing to Varel's cry to call the creature, the flesh fungus freed the form. He came out crying and demanded disclosure of his defilement, but the group just gawked. Stanley stated their suspicions and sought to subdue the soul who spurned the speech. The fight followed. Varel grabbed the goon's gaze, but the bear brute was beyond even a beefed-up berserker's brawn. Finding fingers, they were lacerated from the large lizard. Trying to tear away the terrifying thing before the lizard lost a limb, Hope dove to a dial on the portal gun, blasting a beam of brutality, bifurcating the baddie, and vivisecting Varel. Despite the damage, the angel was only angered. His torso toppling, wings whisked the wayward wonder upward, revealing a recondite rarity. His skeleton was soaked in solder. Quickly combating confusion at the contrived confession, Stanley resuscitated Varel while Nash nabbed the reptile's damaged digits, cashing them in his crotch cracks before dealing death to the deranged demon. The featureless wall flesh now formed a figure that sought to speak. It claimed to be a collection of consciousnesses and could carry them to the criminals trying to take the transversal drive. However, the banter was broken when another Nash materialized from the mush. It told Nash Earth had exploded. It spoke of Hope and Stanley selling out to grab the girl. But what no one knew in his time was that they had to lose the lassie to liberate the land. Now rejoin our heroes as they test the terrible talkings of tainted Nash. Will they forge a future where the little girl lives? Will Stanley and Hope concede to the cruel coercion of Quizquaz? And is Varel actually who he thinks he is? Stay tuned for today's adventure in the wide world of The Wastes.
Well done, as always. Also, happy 9th level, everyone. Yay!
Woo! 9th level!
I don't know if we gave it enough fanfare last week, but Bo informed us that we had leveled up.
Yeah, congratulations on making the 9th level. Now, before we begin, I kind of put everyone to bed real quickly at the end of the last episode, but maybe you don't want to go to bed. So we're going to pick right back up where Nash looks at the flesh wall simulacrum, this sort of featureless entity made from the flesh wall. And he goes, "Bureaucracy, man!" and throws his hands up and then appears to stop moving.
Like at all? Like he's still a form? He's just standing there?
The mannequin form of him is still like a mannequin.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Now, the room that you're in, just for everyone's benefit, so that they can picture what it looks like, is this massive laboratory room, very dark. There's a bit of mist hanging all throughout this room. There's a large pile of globs of flesh-like substance from broken pods from the battle that you had over about half the room. There are these pods standing upright that appear to contain the bodies of long dead lizard folk. There's still very many of them. At the end, there are two of these pods, these cylinders that are both now broken. Well, one's open, the other one's broken open. One labeled Grosjean, the other one labeled Lathamphius. And, of course, Lathamphius is robot corpses in two pieces, dead. His torso lying dead on the ground amidst the cylinders, and his legs just standing there upright, cut off at the torso. Towards the back of this room is a large flesh wall. Just covers the entire back of this laboratory area. Now that the two beings have stopped talking and stopped moving, you're about as alone as you can be in this room.
Well, I think we are going to need to see to your limbs. Do you want to accompany me back and we can acquire more of that monster mender that they said would be able to assist you?
I have many questions of this flesh wall, and Nash has only presented more.
Oh, well, don't let me interrupt any dialogue you wish to have with the flesh wall.
He doesn't appear to be moving anymore. I think he's not in there, but he could come back at any time.
Flesh Beast, you say I'm of this place. Do you know the Golden Clan of the Sands?
The mannequin-like creature, or simulacrum, humanoid-shaped, is still for a moment, but then, as if something awakes in it, begins to move again. It says, "Yes? Was there something I could do for one of you?"
Wait a minute. What happened to the Nash? What happened to the Nash one? You're different.
Would you like me to get Nash for you? Yes. The previous worker's shift is over. I'm now taking over the simulacrum's body.
Your call, Varel. Who do you want to talk to?
Are you the one in charge?
Well, there is no one in charge, Varel. We are collected. We are a collection of minds who work cooperatively to resolve the problems and challenges that face humanity and the extended races.
Who will answer my questions, then?
Well, we can answer questions.
Very well.
We may have to deliberate on some if we do not know the answer.
Are you aware your plan has failed? That those you have designed to destroy the dragons now worship them?
The body's motionless and states, "I don't believe it was ever our plan to determine what the characteristics of the lizard folk that we brought here. Not quite. The idea of failure is a complex one. Yes, there's a supposition that it was our intent to turn them against dragons in the first place.
Did you not try to save the world from the coming conflict?
We needed warriors. The lizard folk that we took from their world were not worshippers of dragons when we took some of their genetic information for our purposes. We bred our own, essentially. So the lizard folk here have no relation to any resource we might have taken them from, to any civilization.
So there was lizard folks before your experiments?
Well, yes, we did not create them from nothing.
Did you not attempt to cull the coming conflict and apocalypse by siding with demons?
Oh. You ask more complex moral questions.
There's many of you. Surely you can give me an answer.
Sorry, could you repeat the question just for Bo, because it sort of fizzled in my brain?
Basically,
Yeah.
wasn't their design of this facility to stop the apocalypse?
So this facility was created in order to research dangerous weapons that we could be brought to bear to defend our planet from threats. Demon influence had long since spread throughout humanity. There were those who found it morally questionable, yes, but those questions had to be set aside due to the impending invasion of which ultimately ended, it seems, in our destruction.
Yet you stand on the precipice of another apocalypse and play coy. Why not give us all your aid, all your power, and we will save this world where you could not?
We've given you everything we can. We are... I'm not certain what you think of us, of this organism that we inhabit. We are strong in intellect and thought. We have little in the way of physical prowess or manifestation. We do what we can to persevere and protect ourselves. And in the four of you, we see an opportunity to strike back.
Give us your army for the coming conflict.
We don't understand.
I think
We do
they
not have
want
an army.
they want us to be their brawn. They want to be the brains. I don't know if there's enough of us.
You have machines here to manufacture an army. Use them to save this world. Do not sit back. Roll your fat lumps into battle if you may.
Fat lumps.
If we had the means to create an army, we would have done so already. You would not be here. You would know nothing of what transpired beneath the earth in this place. We've calculated the probabilities of success using the means that we have in here. We have anticipated that it would not be successful.
Then show a mark of bravery by simulating an army with us. When we arrive on the scene, use your propagation powers, your ability to mold your flesh, to look as though we have backup, and that we do invade our enemies.
The concern is that we would be revealing ourselves to our enemy and become vulnerable. Protecting this knowledge is of utmost concern to us.
Can you leave this place? Can you push this flesh out into the world, or does it all need to be connected and tethered?
We cannot simply get up and walk from where we are, no. We are of this structure itself. We are inextricably linked to the various systems throughout the facility. There's no way for us to get up and walk or create units of ourselves. Everything must remain attached so that the hive mind can remain intact. Division of the mind would lead to factionalism and catastrophic failure.
Yours is not a world I would save.
I don't understand the context of what you mean.
I fight for this world, full of individuals, full of many people. You are cowards who hide together, holding each other's hands through your minds.
That is a very reductive way of viewing our benefit. But we shan't argue with you.
Shan't. Fancy words, this flesh ball. Wall. Or ball.
If you'd like a detailed explanation why we can't raise an army for you, we can, but we can offer that, but it would require some time sitting and listening to us. We're not certain that you are interested in such explanations.
I see.
And we do recognize that time is of the essence. The sooner that we strike, the better in this case. Yes?
Very well.
That is what we have deemed.
Then provide Stanley with the codes he requests and the transport when the time comes.
Very well. We have pilfered some of our laboratories to which you don't have access, but which we were able to bring some tools that you may find useful in the battle to come. We see that you already have the displacement gun, sort of motioning towards Hope, holding the gun. This should prove extremely effective in your confrontation with the Mind Flayers. Stanley, here are the codes. Do you have something to note them down with?
I have a very good memory.
Okay, for the next minute or two, he rifles off codes. We're not going to do the actual codes.
Okay.
So you can just make a note that you've taken down the codes for the boxes.
I'm writing the codes.
Perfect. All right. He says, in addition, we have these. And then part of the flesh wall sort of makes this sort of shelf that shoots out and opens into a container, like a shelf for those within your group who can manipulate mana wave radiation and conjure forth great magics. They will find these items beneficial. He opens up sort of a shelf that you can't see inside until you walk closer.
I'll go over and take a look.
Okay, inside you see that there are two very small items made of like a reflective kind of gold, has etching on it. And you see that there are basically it's like a ring, but you'd put over two fingers and they're banded together. I think like a brass knuckle for two fingers, kind of.
Okay. Reach down and take them. And what exactly do these do?
These are items that we were developing once the first of the magicians and sorcerers began to become known to us. As we slaughtered dragons, the mana wave radiation from their hearts changed some of us. And we look to weaponize this, of course. This would allow some of that magical energy to be stored within this device for use at a later time. For use by those without such magical ability. Was informally known as a ring of spell storing. There are two there, one for each of the spellcasters here.
Sweet. And I'll sidle up and grab one.
So make sure to add a ring of spell storing for each of you.
Okay. Ring of spell storing.
Varel, you will find that in the boxes, a weapon will be present. A very effective weapon. We cannot supply you with an army, but we can supply you with the best that we have to offer in weaponry.
Very well.
Now, we encourage you to repair your hand, collect all the items that you'll need for the coming battle. We are in session right now, determining the best location with which to deposit you in the Carl Jim Baker Engineering Bay. From there, you'll be able to begin your assault. This should circumvent the bulk of their militia, which is currently present in the laboratories, but we don't expect them to stay there for long. In fact, we're anticipating that they will determine that you've gone to the containment area and begin making their way down here. We're going to have to erect defenses on our own and buy as much time for you as possible. Once they make their way down here, we have a set of diversions to keep them occupied. You will still, however, encounter some resistance. But it is our hope that the bulk of their forces will be tied up dealing with us.
Well, then you're not all cowards.
We are patient and understand that the terms with which you think of are not the terms in which we think. It is difficult to explain in a short period of time. Our council is in session, so I don't have any plans yet. It is understood that you will sit and rest for a period of time so as to repair yourselves, become strong for the coming fight. You will need every single bit of resources you have. When you are ready, come let us know. The mannequin goes limp again, just standing there.
Well, should we get you patched up now, Varel?
Let's drink up.
Wouldn't hurt to acquire more. I'm thinking of heading back and picking some up and maybe getting into these weapon caches if you'd like to come along with.
That sounds like a plan.
What about your hand and your fingers?
The drink should take care of that.
All right, because the old ones I'm holding for you ain't gonna stay cold forever.
What?
Hope's just gonna shake her head.
Well, let's see how the drink goes, and then if worst case, I'll explain it.
All right, start heading back that direction. And while we go, if possible, I would try and get to where I could speak to Varel kind of quietly without the others hearing.
Okay.
To facilitate that, DM, would you be willing to shrink me?
Oh, do you need your size lowered?
Shrink me!
There you go.
Oh man, he looks so tiny now, even though he's the same size of all.
I would say it's not going to be necessary to move your pieces around on the board to
Sure.
facilitate all this. There's no combat currently happening, so don't feel it necessary to do that.
So while we walk, Stanley would just kind of fall back to Varel and say, Varel, I don't trust Nash to have things figured out at the best of times. So a fleshy wall Nash is certainly even more suspect as to how much credit I'm going to give him. But if what he is saying is true, I want you to make sure that you hold me to this, that we don't let things go the way he says they went. I mean, my top priority is getting the girl out of here. And if what the flesh wall said is true and one of us can take her place, then the logical choice is me. I need your word that you're going to get everybody else out.
I don't believe the logical choice is you. Why not a rat, a nearby dog, a lizard folk we fight? Can anyone inhabit this engine?
I don't know, but we have to assume, based on what we've heard, that there aren't going to be readily available rats and dogs. I'm saying that if there is no other alternative, we stick with this plan. Believe me, I'm not excited about the idea. If we have any other option, I will jump at it. But in lieu of it, I think it's what needs to be done.
Oh. It may not come to it. Perhaps another Nash will appear to us and we'll force him inside.
That would be even better, honestly. But just see to it that you get everybody out.
Very well. I will hold you to your word.
Am I privy to that conversation? Do I hear any of it?
I believe they said it was private.
Yeah,
Okay.
we tried to keep it private.
All right. I was on Roll20. Your bodies are so far apart. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we're not using Roll20 to depict the exact reality of what we're doing.
No, it's
here.
totally fine. No, I'm just making
for
sure.
combat. Yeah.
Making sure I didn't hear it.
All right.
All right. We
So you guys have made
get
your
to
way
the
back
room.
to the preparation bay. And there, the shelves are still there. The boxes that you pilfered through. I think you didn't all take all of the Monster Mender and Blue Bull, and there was 20 total of each. So there's plenty more to take.
All right. I'll walk up with 3 fingers left and pop one open.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think although actually I don't know if this was said in game or if Bo just said this to us. Do we know that he needs to like hold the finger in place when he drinks?
Yeah, he needs to hold the fingers and stuff in place.
Oh.
Oh.
Nash, produce the limbs.
All right. Well, here's the part I've been avoiding. Varel, never forget how much I care about you, bud. And then I just throw my cloak aside, spread eagle, move a couple of bandages around, reach up in my floaty underwear, and yank out the missing phalanges for my favorite lizard, and present them. And hand. And as I do so, I make a very grimacy face because it's not fun coming out. Wasn't fun going in either. And I give you to them, and they're still cold to me. I feel them; they're very cold to me. Preserved. I saved your
They
hand.
are icy.
I saved your hand, Varel. I saved your hand. Here, and I'll sort of thrust them in front of him.
Nash, I am speechless. I... Can we weaponize this like Michael Keaton's Batmobile? Where, like, you drop a grenade out and then drive away?
I mean, I can. I can basically just. I just don't want. I'm gonna hand them to you if you'll take them. If not, I'm gonna just gently set them at your feet.
No, I'll take them.
Okay. I kept them safe. I kept them secret.
You know, Nash, there are better ways you probably could have done this, and we can unpack that at another time. For now, we're going to have to perform some acrobatics to get all of these held in one place while you also drink.
Can we do drink for one and then drink for another, or does it have to all be at once?
There are tables in the room.
I'll take the fingers, and Nash, why don't you take the hand?
Okay.
And
then he could put his arm down, his stump over here on this table to steady it, and then we'll just line everything up and hold it.
I will conjure the mage hand to come out and grab the drink.
Okay.
So, hold fingers, hold arm, and pour the drink.
I accept. I sit at the table all lunchroom style.
Lunchroom style.
I love it.
All right. Well, what does the effects say on your thing? For You got to roll your hit point. Got to roll your hit point gains, right?
Oh, for his
hit point gains. It doesn't mention anything about regenerating limbs, but I do get hit points.
Yeah, that's the regenerating limbs is a special story feature, and not in the actual thing. So you can re-roll your hit point gains, and as you drink the monster mender, you can feel your hand begin to, I don't know, there's like knitting going on inside your hand, and then it sort of clamps onto the missing fingers and hand and begins attaching and weaving itself back together as it mends flesh. Within minutes, your hand is now attached and you begin to feel movement, and as you move it, you can move your two hands again.
All right. I gain 23 hit points, and I flex my fingers and move them about.
Yeah, they're moving. There's still scars where they were torn off, but still in the process of mending.
Does it hurt?
No.
All right.
No,
well,
it works.
I just have a suggestion. Maybe if we find some clean water, or Stanley could press the digitate, but I would not bring those near your face or your mouth or your nose until you've had them cleaned. They've been in my crotch locker for the last 5 minutes. What?
Easy enough. I will press the digitate him. Believe me, we're going to all need it.
Thank you.
Press the digitate Varel and myself and Nash for good measure, because he constantly needs it.
And Nash, to repay the favor, and I walk over, grab a monster mender, and pass it to Nash. Should we ever find ourselves looking below a certain bed, we may be able to reattach you.
Oh. That's really kind of you to say that. I hadn't even considered a future where that was possible. I suppose no matter how shriveled, old, and crusty it is, it'll still work, given this magic.
I wonder if it has to be his, or if it could be just anyone that we find.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that, Stanley. The concern would be, I mean, how would I know it was me all the time? How do I know that?
I don't know. You were eyeballing that angel really hard, Nash.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. What if we're back in town and I see a lovely lady walk by? As you know, I'm betrothed. I'm married. I don't have a reaction to that, but maybe the wiener has its own ideas and decides
That's not how genitals work.
Oh. Well, I've never had someone else's genitals attached where mine are gone, so I don't know.
Well, we could try it and then cut it off if it doesn't work out.
If it becomes aggressive and attacks you, we will remove it again.
The
Okay.
bottom half is still intact.
Fair enough. If we kill a lizard folk here, let's size one up, see what we got. There's a possibility, I suppose, there.
Wait a minute. You exclusively want a lizard one?
Well, as I assume, I guess my point is, why not try for something different? If you don't get the same vanilla ice cream every time you go to the ice cream place, you try different things, different
What,
flavors.
Angel man with a metal skeleton. That's not different enough?
That's pretty different. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the old one is just a raggedy piece of hose. I'll take anything at this point. Although this storage thing worked real well for Varel this time.
It is true. If we ever find ourselves in a situation like the tavern that night, we would be able to smuggle weapons in.
Exactly.
How cavernous is it?
It's pretty cavernous. I think we could probably fit another 3 of your hands in there. And here's the thing.
Excellent.
I don't
Whenever
think your
you
hand ever made it in there.
Whenever you hold your oh, did it not? I thought we shoved his whole hand up in there.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about there being a bulge. I don't think you got his whole hand into your cavity.
I don't know.
His whole hand.
Yeah, I
He's
got.
gigantic.
I'm big in there. I'm huge in there. I got all kinds of space.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
All right, just his fingers then. But this is what I'm going to say. Okay, and the other just hung around in the fly underwear. Here's what I'll say though. Every time you hold aloft your axe, or you grip another weapon with that hand, just remember where it was for the last 10 minutes.
Hope's shaking her head.
I would
will.
like to remind everybody that I literally have a magical interdimensional bag that can hold many things.
Wait a
We do
minute.
not need to stick something up Nash's hole every time we find it.
Why
We
didn't
could
you
put the bag in the hole.
You should have suggested that. You didn't say anything. I did this as an embarrassing sacrifice. You could have brought up the bag. I forgot you had it.
You didn't ask, you just immediately stuck fingers in there.
It seemed
He's only using his natural talent, Stanley. There's no need to be harsh. I appreciate everything you've done.
it
There
just
is nothing natural about this talent, Vorel.
it seemed
Oh my God.
it seemed imperative. It seemed like we had no
Dark
time.
wizardry.
It was that, or we lose his hands. He loses his warriorship. He loses his pride, and likely we lose our friend. It just seemed like the only thing to do. You could have said, "Excuse me, I have a bag of forever holding," or whatever the shit you call it. You could have done that, but no. You watched me shove his fingers in my crotch.
Nash, might I point out that you could have literally just held them in your own hands?
My own
Foregoing
hand.
any bag that you may or may not have had knowledge of, you could have literally just carried them.
I just figured it was I don't know. They were out of sight and nobody could take them. I wouldn't drop them. I don't know. These were all last second decisions you make in the heat of battle. I don't have time to
One of
plan
those
this sort of
ghosts.
stuff out.
One of those ghosts float in the room, and they float about and move to a console and begin typing in the console.
Whoa. Hold on. Can we see it?
Yeah.
Just yell, move.
No, I went. Wait, we need to. That's not good. And I want to run over and watch what he's doing.
I mean, it just appears to be concentrating on a terminal in the room and typing, but the buttons are not pressing, so it's just miming, typing something into the screen. The screen doesn't appear to be even responding to his typing.
Spirit, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to do?
There's no response from the spirit.
Nash, we've already tried to interact with these things, and look, Vorel literally just got his hand and fingers back. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
All right. I'm pretty tired. I've been doing Kegels all afternoon trying to hold fingers in place. I am ready for sleep. I'm tired. I'm unhealthy. A good
It
rest
was
sounds.
a warrior's Kegels.
That's right.
Stanley, let us open the boxes before we rest.
Oh, right, the boxes. Hope, do you want me to give you the codes? You open those up.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I will begin giving her the codes.
All right, so you begin punching in the codes in the various boxes, and as you push the password in and it's incorrect, it goes bling, bling. So you try a different password on the list that you have. Eventually, you enter one that's correct, matches. There's a green light, and you hear a ding, and the lid pops open. And you see inside, embedded in styrofoam, not a styrofoam, but in foam, different cylinders, maybe 20 altogether in there. You're not quite sure what they are, but there's a metal cylinder shape stuffed inside foam inside this container.
Cool. I'll grab one, take it out, and examine it to see if I can figure out what it is or what it does.
You pull one out, and it's a shaft of metal about 2 feet long, no sharp edges. Appears to have some kind of a switch near the end of one side.
All right. Hope we'll hit the switch.
You hit the switch, and boom, this shaft of energy fires out from one side, crimson red. Electricity in a katana shape fires off, and it appears to be made of just pure energy shooting out in the form of a blade from one side of this thing.
Wait, to avoid copyright infringement, did we get beam swords?
Beam swords.
I mean, it appears to be made of laser. Some sort of laser energy shooting out of the shaft.
Hope will take out her Bowie knife and then she'll pocket the. She'll turn off the laser and then she'll pocket the metal ray weapon.
Okay, so in your inventory, add a Vorpal laser sword to your inventory.
What?
They're now
Vorpal's a
19
big word.
Vorpal is.
There are now 19 left in the bin.
Alice in Wonderland.
19
I will
Vorpal swords? I want one.
Go over and check one out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Same reaction, same exact thing.
Same thing. You pull one out, you turn it on, and it goes, and a katana-shaped form. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
It's shaped in a katana, and it's made out of energy, and it's crimson red.
Katana is the color of your energy. I want one. Can I go just pluck one out?
Sure.
All right. Are they different colors or just are they all the same?
They're all crimson red.
Sweet.
Scott, asking what I was thinking.
I will take one of them then and have it.
Okay. Then add a Vorpal laser sword to your inventory.
Oh, man. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm so excited.
Oh, uh-oh. I get an error when I try to click it.
Is it not there? It should be there.
There's a Vorpal great sword. Oh, laser sword. There. Sorry,
It's a
Dylan.
Vorpal
see
laser
the
sword.
thing, but when I try and see a description of it, I get an error.
Oh, that's possible. Just add it. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's still a homebrew item of mine, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like my homebrew item.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm adding it, but it won't. It says added, but it's not adding.
That's fine. It's added. I don't know if there are any other traits beyond just what it does, but
Yeah, it looks like it
there.
has versatile and martial, which means Dex people can use it well. There's one thing with the grayed out damage. It says a D8 plus 4, and then grayed out it says a D10 plus 4. Do you know?
Because it matters if that's one-handed or two-handed. You
Oh,
do more
cool.
damage if it's two-handed. That's part of the. I think that's part of versatile.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the versatile. Yeah, it's it looks like it's a strength sword. S-word.
Yeah, finesse weapon would be dex or.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It is a strength weapon.
Very neat. Do they attach to those arm dealies I have?
You'd like to see if they attach to you.
Yeah, I got like bracers on, and if I could go a little zealot here, that'd be pretty sick.
Doesn't appear to be designed to be attached. There are, however, you've only opened one box.
Let's open more boxes.
Yep. Loot that shit.
Okay, so you open another box, and in there, you see packed in foam two loop-shaped deals. Not quite sure what they are. They're just circles in the foam.
Sorry, I'm messing with my sword back here.
Yeah.
These are cool, you guys! Oh, sorry. Okay, I put it away.
Hope will pick up one of the rings and start looking at it.
You pull it out, and it's quite large. It's made for a wrist a lot larger than yours, even your robot arm, but it looks like it's some sort of bracer.
Varel, these might be for you.
Some sort of bracer.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I missed the part of the sentence, I think.
Oh, I inspect the bracer.
You inspect the bracer, and the bracer, it matches in tone and in color the rest of your suit. It's gray with sort of these lines etched into it. Looks like on one point it would slide onto the mounts on your armor and lock into place and be worn atop your armor.
Well, I do so.
Okay, so you put one of them on, and you can kind of feel it because you sort of have a empathic link to your armor and the various bits you've put on. You sort of feel that it's online. You have a sense that you could activate it with a thought.
All right. I will aim at the nearby discarded table and activate it with a thought.
Okay, so sorry, you're aiming your wrist at the table?
Yeah, power fist out.
Okay. Perfect. And with a thought, a flame-like blade emanates from the wrist, shooting out crimson red in the same manner as the rest of the weaponry, and cuts the table in half just instantly.
Wow. Does it stay on? Or is it like a blast?
It's powered on. No, it's powered on. There's a blade now attached to your wrist. If you're thinking Zealot Psi blade, you're thinking exactly right.
Heck yeah.
It has a crimson red color to it, but it's sword shaped, but it does sort of look like there's energy sort of shooting out from the wrist blade, forming the blade itself.
Impressive machinery.
So I don't have an item yet to add, so you can use the Vorpal laser sword stat block for now to also represent that for you.
Sweet.
And you have it on one of your wrists right now.
Badass.
So there's like 20 in here? Can I...
There's only 2 of the loops.
Oh.
So you put one on your left hand.
I mean, I'll put the other one on my right hand.
You pull the other one out, and indeed goes on the right hand, and you now have two Vorpal laser swords in the form of bracers on either side of your hands.
I will enjoy swinging them about and slowly descend into rave styles.
It's a rave style.
This is the coolest loot we've ever found.
Yeah. All right, were there any other boxes?
There was one other box.
Open that box.
It's a bugbear. Oh.
You open that box as well, and it contains another 2 of the loops that Varel just put on.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, we can carry extras if need be. I mean, we can carry all of this if we really wanted to.
Yeah, and your bag of holding.
Oh, no, I was suggesting you carry it in your underwear, Nash.
Very funny. I'm never putting anything up there again.
Nash, do not be so coy. You enjoyed it, and it may come of use again. Stanley, we'll be returning to a lizard army. Let's gather as much as we can so we can form my royal guard.
All right.
So you're gonna add 19. No, who took a Vorpal blade?
I did.
I did.
So there's 17 Vorpal laser swords left in the container.
We should take them all. Pass them out to whoever will fight at our side.
We'll take them all.
Let us also grab the suits and any other lizard equipment that remain.
It breaks every time I try to say how many, so I'm just writing down that I took 17 of them.
Okay, just add it to your notes section.
Yeah, okay.
There are other shelves where you got your armor from throughout this room.
Let's scope all that out.
Yeah, I mean, there are about 12 different bays, and when you go to open them, it contains a full armor suit like what Varel had.
If the bag can handle it, let's collect those.
I mean, there is no limit on your bag of holding, right?
Sorry, I was typing. Yes, there is, actually.
What's
Let
the
me
limit?
find out what it is. It can hold up to 500 pounds. So as long as we're not exceeding 500 pounds, yes.
Do you know how much the collected weight of your armor is, Varel?
Let's see. Looks like 11 pounds. It's all nano-weavy.
So since there's 11 more sets, you can probably put them all in there.
Yeah, 500 pounds is a lot.
So yeah, it's 51 pounds for all the laser swords because they weigh 3 pounds according to this.
Sure.
What do the bracers weigh? Probably not much, I would imagine.
Yeah, we don't have a tooltip item for the bracers yet.
Okay, so we'll say maybe a pound each, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the total for the suits of armor?
Said 11 pounds per.
And how
Yeah.
many total?
So 11 times 11. So
Okay.
111.
Okay, so that is 164 pounds in gear
Maybe it's
right there.
121.
It's 121.
Yeah. Yeah, 121.
Okay, so 174 is the math. Okay, yeah, that can go into the
Cool.
bag.
So there are 10 Sibyllica power boots, 10 or 11 of those, 11 dampening helms, 11 nanoweave Tevlar skin suits, 11 shoulder mounted grappling harpoons. Sure, it's not. Oh no, I guess that's 10. I didn't put weight on the other two. They're pretty light though. All right, we'll let you take it for now. Just keep it easy and keep the game going. Okay.
All right.
We've now pilfered the entire prep bay of all items.
I've got a very important question.
Yes.
Does the dampening helm, which makes me unable to receive or transmit telepathic communications, stop the feeling from Grosjean reaching me?
No, it's not telepathic.
Okay, cool.
It's like empathic. It's part of you.
Sweet. All right, then. I am
Okay.
prepared to rest, friends.
As are we all. Where are we gonna rest? Just
Does
in
everyone
here?
got return to the main room to rest, or?
Yeah, I think we should head back to the room where we fought the angel and maybe set up the dome there just to be safe.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you return to that room. You set up the dome. You have the spell for your hut.
I'll do it as a ritual, but I am going to cast. I mean, I already did my long rest, but all I can remember is that I had 2 first level spells left. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast 2 cases of healing word into my ring of spell holding
Okay.
before I go to bed.
Yeah, you can. In your spell storing, you can hold up to 5 levels worth of spells in the ring of spell storing.
Yeah,
Scott,
I
did you
don't-
want to put anything in your ring?
I only had 2 slots left.
So let
I'll
me.
do
So
that.
excuse my noobishness on this particular item, but if I store spells in it, do they use slots that I have left now to put them in there?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, it does.
It
Expels
does.
the slot.
Okay, I would assume so because you still gotta fire off one to store it. Sort
That's
of.
why I can only do 2 healing words because that's all I had the spell slots for that
Oh,
night
okay.
to do. So
Okay.
I'm casting 2 instances of healing word, which the ring will hold. That's going to tap all my spells, but I know we're about to go to sleep, so I will then have 2 extra in the morning when all my spell slots are refreshed.
And if let's say I put 3 things in there, I can have up to 5. Is it? Hold on.
You can have up to 5 levels.
Oh, 5 levels,
So
but a single spell.
healing, right? So healing word is a first level spell, so I could cast that 5 times, or I could do healing word and 2 second levels, or a second level and a third level. But you have to have the slot available now for it.
Okay, I have 3 first level spots, and I want to put 3 charges of. I should say available. I've used 1. I want to put 3 charges of chromatic orb in there.
Okay.
So, so how do you do that? Do you just look at it and go, or do you like what do you do? Like what's the
So
Yeah.
no spell. The spell has no effect. It's just stored in there. So you just store it in. You put your ring up to and you sprinkle your ring, and you go and you put it in. It's like that.
All right.
You go hundadaba, 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 and then it's in.
All right. Sweet. I'll say,
All
this might possibly sting, but I'm storing 3 of you inside this ring. Done.
Done. All right.
Fart sound
Okay,
included.
everyone's going to bed. So long rest, repair yourselves, recover half your hit dice, and refresh your spell slots. Is there anything anyone wanted to engage in while they were resting?
I wanted to talk into the stone and check and see if there was a message.
Okay. There's the usual message, Hope. Just please check in. Where are you? We're all worried about you. Come back soon. Nothing, no message of urgency or calamity or anything like that. Now, did you want to send any instruction back to Nobieri?
No, I'll just let him know a basic rundown of what's been going on and hope to see him on the other side. Kind of
Okay.
cross your fingers for me.
I mean, are you requesting backup?
No, not at all. This is something
Okay.
I think that the 4 of us are doing.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And is there a watch order?
I mean, I can take first and use that to talk to the stone as well. Use that time.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take second.
I'll take third. Give Varel.
And I'll do the last.
Yeah, we'll give Varel a nice rest. He needs to get that hand better.
He had it rough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you rest for 8 hours without event. You wake up and the room is just as you left it, unchanged. You don't know what time of day it is. It's quiet throughout the room.
All right, I will wake up, dispel the hut.
Do you have rations?
Oh yeah, I
Did
do.
anyone eat anything?
Where am I at? I think we were running low. Actually,
No, we got the whole car full of foods.
I know I have some.
I'll make sure people are eating. It was a busy day. Got to get some protein in you.
All right. Well, if everyone has rations, then I'm not super worried about it. I'll just subtract 1 for me.
Ash, you good?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many rations do we have? Because I'm just checking my inventory and I have zip. I have nothing. I thought I did. Didn't you guys tell me to bring some last time? You told me to.
I mean, you did get lectured on various occasions by Stanley, I know.
Well, hold on. I got a beholder has appeared and ruined everything air. Hold on. Shoot. That went bad. Maybe I do have it in that. Maybe I just had an error. Hold on. Because last time we had this conversation, I stocked up. If I remember.
You didn't have any. No.
I didn't have any?
Never had rations.
You've been eating out of my
No,
rations.
there it is
this
right there. I
whole
have
time.
I have rations 1 day's worth, it says.
Where'd you get that from?
I'm telling you,
Good
it was
question.
the last time we were
All right.
somewhere and you said, Nash, quit not taking things, and so I took something.
All right. Well, you got rations. Maybe you got it from Rezikville.
A walking Peter or whatever they're called.
Slow Peters.
Walking Peter. All right, then use your ration.
Okay.
Unless Stanley wants to give you food.
No, he can eat his own ration.
All right. So
I'm
everyone's
sorry. I
eaten,
have
they're
3
fed.
rations. I'm sorry. I have 3. I'm going to take away 1 now. Now I have 2.
Okay. I don't remember where you got those from, but it's fine.
It's the bat guano.
I swear this was here. I remember this
It
conversation
could be.
before.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right, but let's move on. So everyone's eaten. Everyone's rested. The tiny hut is now gone, and you're back in the room where you started the day before.
Hold on. Where's the freaking rest thing? Why don't I see it? There's no full. Oh, it's right there. All right, I'm good
And
now.
Nash, you had a fitful rest. Now you benefited from a full rest, but you feel a little. Your body feels sore this morning.
Okay. Do I know why?
You're not entirely certain, but you feel like your head's been rearranged.
Oh.
Got a throbbing headache, and you don't feel great. You're not sick, but something happened to you during the night last night. Your muscles everywhere ache. They're really sore.
The bat guano ration. Okay.
Your mind feels rearranged.
Do I know? Am I missing any memories? Do I feel any of that kind of thing? Like,
I mean, you're reflecting on, doing sort of an inventory of what you know. Make sure it's all there. And, you're kind of thinking about some things that you might have known. For example, there was hang on a sec. There were certain, like, I don't know, magic that you could do, but now you just don't know it anymore.
oh,
You just can't remember what you've forgotten. Anyways, you feel achy. We're not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on it. Your brain's kind of jello right now.
all right.
What does the party want to do?
Well, I suppose it's time to consult with the wall and see what options we have. Unless there's anything anybody else would like to do in preparation.
I would like to make a note for any attacks that ever come at night. I sleep in the nude, and I take off all my robotech.
Okay. Noted.
So I am putting back on my ski suit.
Very good. So you see Vorel getting dressed, everyone.
I don't like it.
Yeah, honestly, seeing him getting dressed is more disturbing than seeing him undressed at this point.
Yeah, it is weird.
Just for my mental picture, what does the hat look like that I put on? The cerebral, what's it?
I mean, it's kind of a Magneto style deal, but lizard folk shaped. It's a piece.
Oh,
of
okay,
very,
cool.
It's a piece of very special metal that keeps messages in and out.
Does it look like the T-Rex hat from Dino Riders?
I can't conjure that picture, whatever that is. But
Okay.
sure.
That's how I'm seeing it.
Why not? That's fine. The exact shape isn't. I'm not. If you'd like to imagine it a certain way, I think that's fine. It's just important that it's made of a very strange metal substance
Cool.
that prevents telekinesis or telepathy.
Sweet.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, did you post this picture of that somewhere? I think I might have saw what you mean.
I did. It's in the Discord.
Yeah, there's a dinosaur with lasers on its ears shooting and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Being
fine.
written
You
by
can
Frank
picture that
Welker, you know.
way. Mm-hmm. That's totally fine.
All right. We ride the flesh tunnel to victory.
We're all on the same page on what needs to be done, yes.
We beat the life out of Dolopopio, yes?
Yes. Stanley's head slowly turns to Hope.
Hope will look at Stanley and go, what?
No deals with any demons.
Hope will just nod. She knows she didn't make that deal with Quiz Quaz earlier. She knows.
Don't deal
She
with
won't
demons.
say anything.
No demon deals.
All right. I think we can do this. We'll approach the flesh wall.
Yeah.
Hope's portal
All
gun
right.
ready, and she's got it on that disintegrate beam.
Let's all walk all astronaut style towards it.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you approach it, the forms of Nash and the forms of the generic flesh being begin to animate again.
Both of them? The body is more than one? Oh.
There's a Nash body, and then there's a generic body.
I thought there was only one and it just depended on who was in it.
Yeah, that's funnier, but that's not what I was.
Yeah, I thought for some reason it was like dormant when nobody was in it, and then if Nash got in it, you'd start going, "Oh, you guys," blah, blah, blah. And then when he got out, the other guy would get in it. We'd be like, "Oh, which one are you now?" That's what I thought it was. My bad.
No, there's two different ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we've come to a conclusion on how best to assault the Mind Flayers. Have you made all of your preparations?
I believe we're as ready as we're going to be.
Very good. We have determined that our best angle of attack would be from the recreation center beneath the engineering bay. We're going to deposit you in a small room off to the side. You'll need to fight your way through and then gain access to the room containing the transversal drive. We do not know in what state the systems are in, so we're unable to provide you with any intel as to what you might face. But it is the shortest path to reaching the transversal drive and dismantling it.
So, I guess that was my only other question, is dealing with this transversal drive. I was under the impression our best option was simply to destroy it. That is your assessment as well.
We'd like you to dismantle it. Destroying the transversal drive is not an option.
Is that because you want to keep it? Or is it because it's just the same? Dismantling it is effectively destroying it. It's stopping it from doing what it's meant to do.
The transversal drive is the penultimate in human invention. Human demon invention, in fact. It was primarily designed to transport this planet to another place throughout the cosmos hidden from the dragons. We were unable to finish it. However, the energies contained within are incredibly powerful. Destroying it will cause a cascade effect with unpredictable results. Our estimations will be that it could result in the destruction of the planet. Do not destroy the transversal drive. Simply by dismantling it, we mean power down whatever activities the Mind Flayers are undertaking with this particular piece of technology.
Is there a way to just pull? Oh, go ahead.
John, the player's sake, the dragon in the sky that we talked to said destroy it, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what they said, but probably.
Okay.
Is there a way to shut off the power entirely? One big fat dismantle. All at once.
The transversal drive is a source of energy. The systems that are operating currently are a result of the transversal drive's activities.
But what powers them then? Where's that happening?
What powers them?
Yeah.
Who's them?
If the transversal drive is power itself, something has to make that work. There's some other power that makes that power go. Do you know what I mean?
There should be a terminal, and we're not entirely certain what is going on there. Part of going there will be to discover what exactly they are doing.
So before we get too far from it, I don't know how this is going to work on a flesh wall, but is it possible to try and do an insight check to see if it's offering any sort of level of deception about? Oh, it's a natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. That's a total of 25 for insight.
Okay. Your intuition tells you that this thing is speaking the truth to the best of its ability.
Okay.
I was bracing for it has no effect.
No, it definitely has an effect. You feel a sense of renewed confidence in this.
No, I know.
This being may not be providing you with 100% correct information, just like anyone might not be, but that it's being as earnest as it can be.
I just meant it was John's luck to have his best roll be unusable.
The best roll of the day. That's gonna be it. That was my one. Yeah. It's gonna be all twos from here.
You'll need to enter into the chamber containing the transversal drive. You'll need to dismantle whatever it is that they're doing there. And once that's done, you can return to us and we can see about next steps. But the threat must be dealt with first. The threat is not the transversal drive. The threat are the illithids. Agreed?
Agreed. Look to my companions. We all ready then?
The Dash body looks up and says, "Remember, guys!
Ah!
Don't mess this up! Don't destroy it.
We're gonna
Don't let Quizquaz win.
Okay, but maybe don't do that internally either. Don't jack this up from inside. Just.
I won't be able to go there. We don't have any flesh business there.
I know, but I don't trust you. Just relax while we go do the job, and then we come. Don't do anything weird in here, is what I'm saying.
Sure, let me go relax. It's a freaking paradise in here.
Oh, well then why do you want to get out so bad? Or maybe you don't.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, well this is why people don't trust you or me or us. They never know what our emotions are. Anyway, go lay down. That's it. I don't need to hear from you until we're done.
Fine. Are you ready to be deposited where you need to be? Says the
Yeah, let's do this thing.
All right, and the flesh wall opens up into a sort of a chamber opens up, and they're in the chamber outside from the flesh wall. There are these 4 like bed-like shapes attached into the wall, kind of like when you're going to get a CAT scan or something like that. Yeah, it's 4 little beds.
Gotcha.
The body says, "Please lie down on the bed. Make sure your equipment's secure with you."
All right, I'll go lay down.
All right. It's surprisingly comfortable. There's a lot of give in the flesh bed. All right. Does everyone lie down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone, as you lie down and towards your feet, towards the wall, it sort of opens up and there's this little tunnel, and then you go, and then all of a sudden your whole form is just, and there's like this little cavity where you have breathable air, but it seems to be moving in and out and sort of pushing you down through this. The whole process lasts about 5 or 10 minutes. It's just like, but as much as you're jostling around and banging around, none of it hurts because the flesh seems to catch you and just guide you safely along as you slide inside the mass of the tunnel. It just creates this bubble for each of you. And then eventually you're deposited into a room. And if you refer to your map, you will see this new room. You're deposited into a little room very quietly as you slide out from the wall. And as you're quietly deposited there, you see an Illithid at a console looking at a monitor, not having noticed you at all.
No movement.
You guys see where you are?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hope will lean over to Varel and kind of give him a nod, as if to say, like last time.
I'll nod back and charge.
Okay, let's get initiative rolls, please.
$20 for Varel.
Okay.
26 for Hope.
15 for Stanley.
16 for Nash for once.
Well, that's pretty good for Nash.
Yeah, not bad for once.
And how much for Stanley, sorry?
15.
Okay, so Hope you're up first.
Cool. Can I ready my action for after when Varel grabs him?
You can, but you have to ready something specific, and you also don't benefit from multiple attacks if it's attacking.
Oh, that's true. Okay, in that case, let's see. What I'll do is I'll pull out the laser sword, and I'll run up to the Mind Flayer and attempt to cut his face with 2 attacks.
Okay, make your first attack roll, please.
Okay, first one, it looks like is an 11.
Plus.
Oh, just an 11. I rolled a 6.
Just an 11? Oh boy, no, that's a miss.
Okay, attack number 2 is a bit better. This one's going to be a 21.
Yep, that's a hit.
Okay, perfect. And that's going to do... I rolled a 1 for damage, so 2 damage.
Wait, what?
Yeah! Boo!
Wow.
Wait a minute, don't you have a plus to something?
I
when
do,
you hit?
but it's a +1.
Yeah, it's a strength-based weapon. So
Oh right, she's a
Yeah.
dex. She's a dex fighter. Like
yeah.
Do I
So-
at least get 1 tentacle?
So you do 2 points of damage. So you smack it. You just barely miss it. Just a little piece of its tentacle singes, and it goes, And so reacts. All right, Varel, it's your turn.
All right, let's all succeed with technology. I will light both my blades and go running past Hope here, dragging him awesomely, making little streaks on the ground as I do, and go for a dual wield attack,
Gotcha.
which will be reckless.
Oh, it is reckless, everyone.
Is this with the swords out?
Yes, this is with my
so-
side blade
so
business.
cool.
Nice.
he's gonna Artanis this guy.
Go for the head.
All right, first attack is a 26.
To hit.
The offhand attack for the first attack is a 21.
Yeah, it's also a hit.
Cool. Here comes first attack time. So I roll damage, and the offhand does not get a modifier. And I also rolled a 1.
Oh,
Oh
man.
no.
All right.
Fucking suck.
All right. 5.
They're
Okay.
cool.
7 for the first attack.
7 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yes. 7 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
All right. Second attack is a 20. Not natural.
Okay.
And the offhand is a 24.
Okay. Those are all hits. Wait, we're on 4 attacks now, right?
Right, because I'm dual wielding. So my offhand is making a second attack.
Yeah, you're basically doubling your attacks, right?
That counts as an attack.
It's a bonus action. Oh no, so I only get 1. It's a bonus action.
Yeah. Then it's 3 attacks that you can get.
Okay.
Yeah, I get what you're doing. You can use your bonus attack to make an offhand attack. So
Right. Okay, I
You
don't
can't
get
get 3 attacks.
Cool. All right. So this attack is also crap. 5.
Oh boy. Okay.
But we look sick doing it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You're running, go whoa, 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 whoa.
He takes a disadvantage because of how scared of our weapons.
No, that
We're
doesn't
like-
happen. But the illithid begins to dodge, and now he sees what's going on. He's suddenly being assaulted, but he's very quick and has been moving out of the way, just taking little slices and nicks from your swords, but nothing critical. Nash, it is your turn.
All right. I want to use this ring. Don't I?
It's a what spell do you want to cast? You
Well, it's stored
into it.
chromatic orb. Yeah, so I just want to use one because I want to use it.
Mhm.
So even if this is a dumb idea, I'm doing it
Yeah.
because I know I have spell
Okay.
slots now. But why not have these? Because then I'll have spell slots later, right? Either way, these are these are bonus. These don't cost me anything, right? So I'm just gonna do it.
You don't.
mean-
you don't need our permission, man. You unleash. This is your new spell. Have at it.
All
man.
right, this is my new spell, and I don't want to screw this up. That's all. All right. Well, let's do. I guess I still have to go for hit. So here goes. That's a.
Well, before you go to cast it, you find out that you can't cast it.
Why?
You're missing a reagent.
Oh shit. Hold on. Did I not look at the? Oh shit! We forgot about that.
It's okay. It's okay. You can get that ready, but we need you to do that.
We talked about this the other day.
We talked about this the other day. You have one on you. So for everyone, Chromatic Orb requires a 50 gold piece diamond as a reagent. Doesn't get consumed, but he has to be holding it.
All right, here's what
Scott
I'm gonna
told
do.
me he has one, so
Here's what I'm gonna do. No, this is what I'm gonna do.
Lines.
I have one. I have one on my hand because it's my wedding ring. Okay, we got a big old fat diamond.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Angela Ashley got me a sweet ring. I'm gonna take that thing, and here's how we're gonna do it. I pull out my orb. Okay, got my orb.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take this in this hand and go. "Gee!" as hard as I can. I'm gonna jam that diamond into that orb as hard as I can, and then I'm gonna go break it off. Now I've just got a band on this hand, still signifying my devotion and love for my wife at home. And then I hold the orb up and notice now we've got a freaking lodged in there freaking diamond from my ring is in there.
Sure. Yeah.
And now I cast the effing thing.
There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to cast a chromatic orb for the first time. I hurl a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at the creature. And I'm deciding that the damage type we're going to use here is ice, because he seemed to not react well to ice last time. Or was it fire?
Okay.
I can't really table talk that, can I?
Or was it fire?
I'm trying to remember what I used, and it was pretty effective, and he didn't resist it, and I don't remember.
Well, I guess
Well, I'll give you a hint. Fire and ice will not be resisted for you. So those are always
Oh, because they
safe
won't
bets.
matter anyway, right? Because I have that other thing. Never mind. We're good. So I'm just going to do ice, because ice is cool. And I huck it at him. I create this orb. I make a ranged attack against the target. If it hits, the creature takes 3 d8 damage of the type I choose. And again, I say ice. So here we go.
All right.
You ready for my roll then?
Yes, it's your roll, right?
Yeah.
It's an attack roll?
Yeah, this is an attack roll. Hold on.
Yeah, ranged spell attack.
18.
It's a hit.
Okay. How'd you do? Just
I
curious.
don't make a roll. I just drop the dice.
No, that's not what I mean. What's your what do you call it? What's your thing? What's the number? What's the AC?
You hit.
Yeah, I know. I just want to know what the AC is. Can I not know that?
No.
Oh. But I want to know. Can I not? I can't know?
That's not how this works.
All right. Hold on then. 3d8. You ready for this?
Yeah.
9 total damage.
9 total damage. Perfect. All right. And you shot out a fire orb,
No,
right?
ice.
Ice orb? Perfect. All right. So an orb of many colors appears before you, and then you change it to a blue cool ice and fire it out and doff him in the head with it. It's a very vicious attack. It does so you said 9 damage, right?
Yeah. 9 damage total.
9 damage to him. All right, and you hit him in the head. All right, that's an action. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Negative. That's it. I will look pleased with what my little ring did. That's all.
All right, Stanley, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to say parlay, and as a bonus action, send diplomacy out to stab him with
Okay.
a 22 to hit.
All right, that's a hit.
That's going to be 11 piercing damage on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to charge forward and climb up on top of the desk, produce a dagger, and try and stab him with it. With a 26 to hit.
You're just stabbing him with a dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hit.
That's 7 piercing damage.
Okay, 7. All right. So
'Cause if I cast Booming Blade, it's really loud. So
Okay.
we'll just stick with this for now.
Okay,
That's it.
perfect.
That's my turn.
All right, so you go up, you stab him. You're all sort of jumping on top of him. He's like cornered in the back. You've swung your swords at him. You've stabbed your knives. Cuts chromatic orb into the face. Boo! He backs up, holds onto the wall, and he panics, and thus tries to save himself using a mind blast. All right, so I need to measure out a cone, folks. Let's get a cone.
Oh, no.
Anyone got a
Oh
cone?
look at that. We're in a nice cone shape right in front of
Yeah, brilliant.
Tactics.
Yeah, look at that chat room.
Just need to find the cone here. Sorry, 1 second. It's so hard to find things sometimes. Coon, where's my coon? I'm literally. Okay, we're gonna use this because it's just the first thing. Oh no, that works. This works. Okay. All right. It's a 60-foot cone. It says so. Okay.
Holy shit.
Here's a drawing. All right, we'll center it on him. Think it has to be diagonal like that, right? So the 60-foot cone would actually start where Hope is, I believe. and spread out to Nash.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh.
I don't think Stanley and Varel are not hit with it. However, he's gonna mind blast in that area. Okay, so I need both of you, Hope and Nash, to make saving throws. Yeah, intelligence saving throws, please.
Got a 12.
10 plus 3. Hold on. That would be a... Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? Plus 3. That's wrong. 15.
Okay, so Nash, you save, but Hope you do not. You take
Ooh.
some amount of damage here. Let's see. Uh, 18 points of psychic damage to you, Hope.
Jeez.
And you are stunned for a minute. And on each of your turns, you can try and, get the to do the saving throw again. Okay.
Sounds good.
Now he does that, and then he's going to do. I think that's his action for the turn. Honestly, it's a pretty big move. So he does that, and then tries to move away from you. He tries to float out from the assault. That's going to provoke opportunity attacks, if I'm not mistaken. As he moves here, Varel, let's get your opportunity attack, please.
All right. Blade. Attack. 10.
It's a miss.
Oh.
Stanley, you get an opportunity attack here.
I am, and using my Warcaster feat, I'm going to hit him with Booming Blade as he tries to run away.
Okay.
With a 18 plus 8 to hit, I think that does it.
That's a hit. How much damage?
Okay, give me just a moment here. Let me see what all I'm rolling. And he's moving, so he's going to take the full brunt of the Booming Blade. So let me just see. That's 2d8. Okay, so that is 5 piercing and 11 thunder.
5 piercing and 11 thunder. Okay, perfect. 11 thunder?
Yep.
Does he take more as he moves more?
Yeah, he takes 1d8 by default from the spell hitting, and he takes a second d8 if he moves from where he was when it got hit.
Right. He moves again, so how much damage does he take?
No, it's just the one time.
Okay, so I need diplomacy to make an opportunity attack as well.
Oh, diplomacy's gonna get one. Sweet.
Nice.
I assumed it was a hit. It was a 17 plus 8.
Okay.
So that's 12 piercing damage from diplomacy.
12 piercing damage, so... Okay, so it moves. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna reveal some of this area. He runs through a door, and the doors open up. Let's see. Door opens up, and then another door opens up in front of him, and he moves one more square. You're still able to see through both of the doors that have been opened. Okay, sorry, I just got to back here. All right. Hope, it is your turn.
Oh, right. I rolled a 16 to save.
Okay, you've saved. You've now regained your ability to move and everything, but you can't use this turn. You've stunned out of this turn. Varel, it is your turn.
Cool. I will pursue. He is within my movement, and I will make a grapple to stop him from running further.
Okay, perfect. Now, before you do anything further, because you can now see into this room, I'm going to reveal the next room to you.
Oh, jeez. Real rogues gallery in here of mobs. Lizard folk and a bugbear.
Varel? Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, it seems we'll be chaining attacks here, so enter my rage.
Sure thing.
3 damage to Mind Flayer here for the rage entering flame burst.
All right, you kill it.
Oh, badass.
You run up towards it. You flame burst, and it has sustained too many blows, and it falls to the ground into a puddle. Its head sort of sliding off of its shoulders, twitching on the ground. However, as you run into this room and kill it, you look up and you see standing guard on the hallway a bugbear and a lizard folk, kind of just standing there like mannequins. But then both their heads at the same time move over towards you, and they go, "Hey!"
And I will give a mighty roar. The final battle is upon us. Advance 10 more feet, and turning off my blades, I will summon forth the shield of Grosjean and throw it at the lizard folk. Has one of those laser rifles, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yes. Wait. Hang on. Aren't the bugbears really low health though? I'm gonna try to kill the bugbear straight out.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Double flame shield throw on the bugbear. First attack is a 27.
It's a hit.
Second attack is a 18.
Both will be hits.
Awesome. Unleashing the many d6. Many d6. That is a total fire damage of 25 on the bugbear.
Total fire damage. Okay, you kill it. So you fire out the fire shield once. It's for both hits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you shoot it, it bounces back to you, shoot the flame shield out again, and it sustains 2 heavy assaults to its chest, leaving large gashes, and it falls to the ground immediately. Okay,
Awesome.
That's your turn. So the lizard folk picks up his pulse rifle, fires out 3 pulse shots in your direction. It's a 23 hits and a 21. Those are both probably hits.
Yep.
So the first one is 13 points of damage without any deductions. And the second one's at 12 points of damage.
Cool. What's the damage type?
The damage type is going to be, what did we say it was? Let's say lightning damage.
Cool.
Remember what plasma rifles had.
I have reduction thanks to the Tier S suit.
Nice. And it's also a ranged projectile. I don't know if you have any resistance to ranged projectile from Grosjean.
Yep, that is true as well.
Yeah. So.
Oh, does that work as a double reduction?
No, I don't think it. I don't think you get double reduce.
Do more nukes.
Doesn't stack.
I don't know, actually. It's a good question. I don't think so, though.
I can't stack. There's no way.
I shall investigate and let you know on my next turn.
All right. Nash, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to come... Oops, I'm a little off screen. I'm going to make my way in the world today right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to fire another charge. I have 4 charges. Sorry, did I say 4 or 3?
Wait, how far was that movement? Do you still have an action?
Yeah, I moved. Oh, wait.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
You can move 6 squares.
I can't see the squares. Hold on. 2.
Okay, well, let me fix that for you then.
All right. He's not in my view then. So...
Well, you can also dash, then use a bonus action, potentially.
Yeah. Let me think for a minute. Yeah, you know what? I will. I'll dash to here, which is only another 3 squares, and then I will fire that ring off again at Jim Bob Lizard Folk over here.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
You betcha. There we go. That'd be a 17.
Okay, it's a hit.
Cool. Then I will do another... See, he's lizard. Shit, I can't remember what damage is best for lizards. I don't think it's fire, so I'm going to do acid damage.
All right.
3d10.
How
Sorry,
much acid
3d8 acid, and I'll do that now. Ooh, nice roll. 15. 4, 8, and a 3. Ooh.
You fire acid out to it, and it goes, ah! It sort of drops the gun onto the ground. It's just like it's acid completely covering its face, and it stings its eyes and its face. It stands there troubled by the acid you just flung at it as the orb fires out and splashes it. Stanley, or anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Nash?
No, I think I'm good.
Stanley, your turn.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do while I'm here in the spot, might as well, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Hope. Reach down and give her a heal, which is going to be 10 hit points restored. That's off of my mantle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do my 30 feet of movement because I can't get past Nash. So 30 feet takes me right up behind him, grabbing Diplomacy along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to send it forth again to strike the lizard folk.
All right, make an attack roll.
That is going to be 25 to hit.
All right, roll your damage dice, please.
That is 9 points of piercing damage to the lizard folk.
All right, describe how Diplomacy kills this lizard folk.
All right, so because he's in my way, I say parlay, and because Nash is bugging me, it kind of lightly clocks Nash in the back of the head as it goes forward. And then flies forward and just pins right into the lizard folk and leaves a little mark on the wall behind him. It goes right into him.
Okay, and he drops to the ground. Now, the combat was really quick. This was a span of like 12 seconds. So you killed the illithid. He died in the hallway. The two guards on the outside also went down very quickly. A few shots went off, and everyone sort of quietly waits.
I do not quietly wait. I'm enraged.
Well, give me a second, and
Okay.
then you're not quietly wait, but a few seconds goes by, and you hear screaming from the south. The screaming of... You can't make it out. It was like... You hear from the south quite distinctly. Yeah, just like that.
Before Hope rejoins the team, she's going to take a look at the monitors that the illithid was looking at.
Yeah, the monitors have gone black since he's not there anymore.
Okay, she'll rejoin the team then.
Perfect. You hear the screaming from down below.
I would like to stay in my rage and charge the sound.
Yep,
All right.
I'll follow suit, collecting Diplomacy along the way.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way and then walk behind everybody.
All right, Varel, charge, move your token all the way down.
All right, my movement takes me there.
Are we still in?
Okay.
Are we in combat or no?
You're not in combat
Okay.
anymore.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm going to reveal some areas for you. Okay. So you realize you're in this sort of smaller area. Stanley, as you stand to the side, it opens up the door, and there's just these room with these little terminals in it. Not quite sure what it is. There's a door before you, and you hear coming from the room. You almost hear the sound of like drums or something, emanating from this room. And in between the cracks in the door is this little red light shining from it. You hear it coming from the room. What do you guys do?
Still in the throes of my rage, I attack the door.
Okay. You move forward to the door and you go to attack it, and as you swing, the door just opens automatically. And as you open it inside, you see there's a large aquarium filled with water, and atop it are two gnomes hanging from the ceiling, tied up, both going. And around it are two illithids and a human in red robes standing above the top. And you see that the two gnomes are both tied, hands and feet dangling atop this thing with these little squids in it. And the squids jump up and are trying to peck at them. And then they, Stanley and Nash, you look at these two immediately and recognize faces you haven't seen in months. It's Chance and Eddie. And they're hanging above the pool, about to be fed to whatever's in the thing. And with that, I'd like to welcome Carter and Ben to the show. Hello.
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 All right. And we're going to have a fun time, but we're going to have a break first. So we got added before the break, but that's just how that's going to work.
Plus, I got to fix video anyway now that I've added everybody. So
we're going to take a break, and then we're going to continue the adventure.
Excellent. Awesome. Little surprise, everybody. Everyone hold on to your butts. We'll be right back in about 5. Go pee. Go do what you got to do. There will be dungeons. We'll be right back.